Hello everyone and welcome to Club Reaction to Rangers 4, Celtic 1. 5 Old Firm games this season, Rangers have won 4 and drawn 1, and it is my pleasure that I get to sit here and talk to you all about Rangers putting the last dance brigade firmly back under their rocks and bask in the glory of a magnificent Old Firm win for the Kings of Scotland. Can you see us now? I am your host Scott Carney, and joining me is a rather happy Ali Pearson. How's it going, mate?
Not too bad. That was a bit of a change of emotion compared to last week after the St Johnstone game. That was a perfect one. As you know, we were all out on the Friday, so that was the first day back of proper drinking for me in 8 months, and it took its toll on me, which is yesterday when I couldn't drink. So I was going to maybe drink afterwards yesterday, but I know I stayed in check yesterday. But no, brilliant day.
Brilliant day, mate. Yesterday, drinking or not, as I say, I did. I had a few yesterday, and I don't think we could really have dreamt it to be much better. Look, and before we get into how good Rangers were yesterday, there is no getting away that Rangers in the Cups haven't been good enough. And obviously, as football fans, we always have short memories and whatever else. But to again, mate, like you said in the last pod, if you'd have offered me at the start of the season that you will play Celtic 5 times, you'll only draw with them once, you'll beat them every other time, and you'll end up 23 points clear at the top of the league table. You'll win 55, but you won't win any cups. I would have bit your hand off for it and said you're in dreamland.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people also forget is we did really well in Europe this year as well.
Yeah.
Unbeaten in a group stage as well with good teams, which a lot of people kind of forget about. They focus on those cups, and it's disappointing to win in the cups this season. We should be sitting with a treble this year, but the main focus was to get that league title. It's there. The way we've just went about our business yesterday just cemented that Glasgow is blue. We are the premier club in Scotland that we've said before, and yeah, I'm buzzing for the 15th for the party to see the trophy. I'm buzzing to see Tav lift that trophy. We Alfie as well, his cheeky wee face. I can't wait to see that. And I'm buzzing just to go into the summer. I mean, we'll have all our 55 parties. We'll no doubt have a pod night out, day out with the lads and the group chat and that. So no, it's all looking rosy for the summer.
It really is, mate. It's shaping up to be a summer to remember, and I'm the same, mate. Obviously, we're recording this on Monday, and right now it is like the middle of winter outside. But I mean, if we get anything, even kind of the day it was yesterday, there will be a few garden parties. I'm sure of that, and I can't wait now for the 15th of May for us to get our hands on what is rightfully ours. I think the best thing really about yesterday in terms of the way the game went is they've ran out of excuses now. So the man that they put on not winning 10 in a row, James Forrest, he played. He did maybe one thing of note yesterday. Apart from that, he did nothing else. It was Scott Brown's last dance, and he didn't even bother turning up. To be honest, he might as well not have been there. And obviously now they're trying to blame the booking or the two bookings of McGregor. Both of them are bookings. I don't know. I don't even understand why it's even having a conversation. But it's same old Celtic, mate. They're always the victims. But I don't think there's any doubt that Rangers. I honestly believe it, mate. 10 men or not with Celtic yesterday. There is no way Celtic were putting a hand on us yesterday. I think Rangers were going to win that game no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that Celtic team, I know we've had a wee laugh about James Forrest, and a lot of them said that's how they've not won 10 in a row because of James Forrest, who's done nothing in most Old Firms. He missed an absolute sitter yesterday at one point. He had one good ball into the box to the best midfielder in Scotland, David Turnbull, and he couldn't put that away. But that was their best team, Celtic, apart from maybe the boy Welsh at centre back, where they would maybe have Julian in there, and he's a bomb scare. You need to remember, I mean, Rangers yesterday, and it doesn't really, folk don't really talk about it. We're missing Hollander, we're missing Balogun, we're missing Ryan Jack, we're missing Arfield. So we were missing quite a lot of players, and yeah, I still don't think Rangers hit top gear yesterday. I said the last few games we've been playing second gear. Yesterday was one of the best we've played, and we've probably pushed it up to third gear. So I think there's still another couple of gears to go up this Rangers team.
I would agree with that, mate. I don't think Rangers really did. I think the way Rangers controlled the game yesterday was brilliant. And I think the best thing about it, mate, is we're not talking about, oh, we don't have Ryan Jack, oh, we don't have Arthur, we don't have Lander, don't have Balogun. Patterson, even how good he's been, he's obviously with the COVID ban. Rangers we're not needing to talk about that because of the way the kind of squad is just now. And look, we're getting towards the end of the season, injuries are cropping up, the squad's getting a wee bit thin. But for Rangers to turn up yesterday the way they did, after the absolute shocking performance that was against St Johnstone last Sunday, we couldn't have asked for any more. I mean, I remember you were saying to me, "Oh, I've not got a great feeling about the day," as you always bloody do, but you're a nightmare. But I said, I was like, I don't expect it to be a kind of great game or anything really to remember. And I was thinking a draw probably will be one each. Maybe I did expect Celtic to score, but for Rangers to do what they did yesterday and humiliate them and embarrass them, and they are embarrassed and they are hurting, and so they should be. I've said it a million times, mate. Rangers are back, and there is nothing they can do about it, and they're shiting themselves because they don't have a gaffer. Half of the players that are there don't want to be there. I think it's blatantly obvious that they don't want to be there. Whereas we're only going to get stronger. I don't see how we get weaker. We might lose a few players in terms of how much money's going to get or needs to. We need to sell players, I suppose, with the business models that we run on. And I guess it all depends who's actually going to go. But I still sees adding quality. And I say the best thing to happen to me today, anyway. Was I've got a good pal in work. I won't name them because I wouldn't do that. But the first message I got from them today was, "Scott, why are Rangers ruining my life?" I was like, "This is perfect. The tide has finally turned, mate, and Glasgow is rightly blue." But we'll jump into the game, Ali. We won't do our usual kind of breakdown, as I say, because it is the day after. We just decided to do it the day after just to kind of enjoy our day. So the starting 11 was, as we all expected, maybe apart from Kamara, Roofe, McGregor, Tav, Goldson, Simpson, Barisic, Davis, Kamara, Aribo, Kent, Roofe and Morelos. Now, we spoke about it, Ali, on the Club Deck Corner on Thursday, that we would both start Scott Wright. Now, I think we were quite justified in our decision to say that because of the way Kamara Roofe has been playing, but my God, he put us in a place yesterday.
Yeah, I most Rangers fans would have started Scotty yesterday. I mean, if you looked at social media when the team was announced, I know there was a social media blackout. That's why Rangers didn't put the team out. I think Davy Edgar put out heart and hand, so he was there. But yeah, when it came out, a lot of people were going, I'd play right, and I would have played right as well. Kamara Roofe has been not slaughtered, but he's not been up to the last few weeks. He had a purple patch at Christmas where he was really, really good, and we thought, oh, we've got a good player on us here. He got injured and he's come back and huffed and puffed and not really done anything in the last few games, and he's had criticism, and deservedly so, to be honest. He's not been up to it. But yesterday, I've said Joe Aribo arrived in the Old Firm in the Scottish Cup. He arrived at the party. Kamara Roofe arrived to the party as well, and what a performance from him! He was everywhere. That front three of Kent, Morelos, Roofe this season it's worked and not worked at times. I think we've played it against Celtic. I think it was a New Year game, but to be fair, the whole team really wasn't on it that first half, and it didn't work there. And no, we would have played right, but that's obviously we're not football managers like Steven Gerrard, and he obviously sees what we're not seeing. And yeah, we'll obviously come on to Kamara Roofe later on, but absolutely brilliant from Roofe yesterday. He was the player that we've seen at Christmas time.
Yeah, I think he was, mate. I think his movement, his touches, everything about Roofe yesterday was brilliant, and it's what we expect from him. And you're right, mate. What the fuck do we know about football? So, no wonder he picked Roofe. But as I say, we'll go through the game, mate. Obviously, the game started off. Celtic were quite bright actually at the start. They kind of targeted down the right hand side, got in a few times. Nothing really major, but there was warning signs there. But really, from then, Rangers really took control of the game. The first chance was for Morelos. Tav had definitely found his crossing boots for the game, no doubt about it. Put in a wonder cross to Morelos at the back post. It was maybe put off by, I think it was Kenny. But he should really be scoring here. I'm not going to be too harsh on him here, just because the Buffalo certainly makes up for it. Then comes on to Cal McGregor's first booking. I'm only mentioning that obviously because he's been sent off, but he is booked, and he's rightly so. He's booked Kent, who, by the way, Ryan Kent owns every single Celtic player. His pockets were full to the brim when he left that pitch yesterday, because every single one of them was in his pocket. They are terrified of him. Like, every time he got the ball, you could see them trying to stop him, trying to bring him down, trying to do anything they could, and you can see the terror in him, and he knows that they're terrified of him, and he just flourishes in games like this. Ryan Kent, again, I can't praise Ryan Kent any more than what he does, but against Celtic, he's truly fantastic, and he loves to play Celtic. And after a kind of slow start, Ryan Kent was the one who especially decided that he's now going to give them even kind of more nightmares. I'm showing you here, and I'm pretty sure that I've seen a picture from about 5 p.m. last night at Ibrox, and I think Scott Brown's still walking about that park looking for Ryan Kent.
I mean, on the McGregor first booking, I said to you off air on this, he had a couple of wee nibbles in Rangers players just before he was booked. I thought it was a booking anyway, because Ryan Kent nutmegs him and he's away with the ball. So that, to me, that was a booking. Jack Simpson obviously got a booking for nothing pretty much. It was a foul. That was it. It was on a halfway line. I had a bit of fear when he got a booking straight away. I thought, oh no, it's a bit dodgy for him, first Old Firm on a booking. But no, in terms of Ryan Kent, he hates the bastards. He's bought into Rangers. He hates them as much as we hate them. He thrives in these games, and he must be a nightmare, because he's not an old-fashioned winger that just sticks in the bile and just goes up and down. He floats across that whole front line, and you don't know where he is half the time. And that's why they stand off him half the time, because you couldn't man mark him. And Scott Brown couldn't man mark him because he's everywhere. And it's his turn of pace, and what that trick he did against, what was it, the boy Taylor? Oh, God. Unbelievable.
Justifies physics what he done when he done it. I've slowed it down, watched it, mate. I think a guy put it up on Twitter, and he'd slowed it down, and I'm like, how's he even done that? And I mean, that Taylor, he's living nightmares. He's still sitting shaking, thinking about Ryan Kent yesterday. He was just so good, and because they are so scared of him, it makes him play even better, I think, in some of his touches and his turns. And I mean, he went past Scott Brown about 5 times yesterday as if Scott Brown wasn't even there. Do you know what I mean? You can see that he's well and truly checked out. He can't cope with the pace anymore. And I mean, we've got Ryan Kent, but we've also got somebody like Steve Davis in the middle of the park, who again completely controlled that game, and just shows the difference in class between the two midfields. But from one McGregor to another, it sounds a bit familiar to another Old Firm game we've had, actually. Alan McGregor's save from Elyounous's shot. I thought this was in. See, as soon as I hit it, I went, oh, fuck, it's going to be close. You know, one of the moments that you have, and then it smacks the bar, and then immediately you see the replay after it, and you see Alan McGregor gets fingertips to it. Genuinely, mate, running out, we can't praise Alan McGregor anymore. What a difference he's made, and he deserves this league more than most in that team.
He's world class, McGregor. I don't know how many times I've talked about him making these, and he always makes one big save in these ties, which usually changes the face of the tie. But that Elyounoussi, you know he's going to shoot. We're backed off him too much. He had a shot like that, I think it was a New Year game, where it just landed on top of the net. Same thing, because it came out of kind of nowhere and it hit the bar, and I went, oh Christ. I thought we were unlucky. We were lucky there, sorry. But when you look back on it, McGregor gets a touch to it. I mean, it's what a save it is. And I mean, you look at their goalkeeper, Scott Bain. I mean,
I don't think you can class him as a goalkeeper, though. Let's be honest.
I mean, we've got a world class goalkeeper in Alan McGregor, and they've got Scott Bain, bloody Barney the dinosaur, Barkis, whatever his name is, and who's the other one they had? I forgot even what his name was. The other one they tried out.
Hazard.
That was it, as I. So yeah, it's. I don't know what else to say about McGregor, and McCoy gets asked in the commentary all the time, is he better than Gorham and all this all the time? They're completely different goalkeepers to me, different generations as well, but he is a legend at Rangers, McGregor now, definitely.
Oh, 100% a legend, mate. And yeah, arguably, mate, we probably wouldn't be where we are this season without him. But again, I don't think that's a criticism. It's praise that he should be getting for still performing to such a high level. I mean, he is Scotland's best goalkeeper by an absolute mile. There's nobody anywhere near him, and he's probably in a conversation for being one of the best in Britain just now, just based on his stats. I know it's different leagues and whatever else, but for a man of his age still to show up in games like this, and this is the game. This is why Al McGregor's still playing football. It's to play in old firms. It's what he's all about. And yeah, I mean, it's just it's an outstanding save. It really is, and it sparked Rangers. I think it really that save we didn't force Rangers, but gave us a slight wake up call, and then we go up the park and we take the lead. Kent runs past Scott Brown like he isn't really there. The ball falls to the edge of the box where Kamara gets it before McGregor, who goes in off his feet, takes Kamara out, but fair play to the referee. He plays the advantage. Aribo cuts it back to Kent. He scuffs the shot, but the awareness here and the skill of Kamar Roofe to turn the ball in with his chest gives us the lead. And at the same time, McGregor is sent off. Rangers 1, Celtic 0, Ali. And this is why Kamar Roofe plays, because he's so intelligent when it comes to football. I know we can criticise his performance and his effort and whether he looks like he can be arsed or not, or for trying too hard or whatever, for whatever else. But this wee moment like this is he knows exactly what he's doing here.
Yeah, he's like you say, he's a very clever player. A lot of strikers wouldn't even think about that. To use that part of your chest basically to put it in. And I mean, what McGregor's doing is beyond me. I mean, if you flipped it and that was Rangers player that did that and McGregor, I'd be raging at him. In fact, if you were a Celtic fan, you'd be. He was their captain. Was he the captain? Is there a vice captain? I think McGregor. But
I think
yeah, but he's 27. I think now, Callum McGregor. He's done nothing this season, but I thought it was daft of him, stupid to be honest, and Celtic fans must be absolutely raging with him. He was chasing shadows before the game anyway, probably went off the park to be honest, but I mean, Kamara, that kind of shows the difference between the midfields. We are quicker, stronger, fitter. Kamara got to that ball before him, wanted it more than him, takes him out. Fair play to the referee, we criticised him on the yellow for Simpson, which is bang on, but he did well with this one. And for Roofe to do that with a chest, and it was brilliant. And then obviously for McGregor to get sent off as well, it was two presents at once for Rangers. And you thought, oh, here we go, this could be a right good day for us.
Yeah, I got right excited, mate. To say we went 1-0 up and McGregor goes off. Look, it's his second booking. It's a red card all day long. I don't know what he's doing. But that's twice he's helped us in Old Firms, mate, to be fair. So I don't know if he's wangling a move to try and come to the most successful team in football, mate. I'm not really sure. But yeah, and it's really not like him. But I think it really sums up the frustration that Celtic obviously have within their ranks just now, that he's kind of making rash decisions like that. And there wasn't even an appeal from any of the Celtic players at the time. Everybody kind of looked at him and, what you doing? Why have you should never be flying in like that. But yeah, for the ref to play it on, Kamar Roofe just to turn his chest and to put the ball into the net, it's absolutely top drawer. It really is. But as I say, that happens. We're all thinking, right, okay, Rangers settle down, control the game, and then we can see the really stupid goal. The defending's just all over the place for this, Ali. I mean, it's you're just like, just give them a go. Maybe we felt sorry for them actually.
I mean, the whole thing came out of that John Joe Kenny, who is absolute dog meat, by the way, making an arse of a cross that nearly went in. McGregor had to tip it over the bar. That's where it came from. But our defending at set pieces recently has been woeful. And this was just, again, a simple ball into the box. Simpson's caught out. I think Barris is just caught out. I think he gets caught in the way of Goldson or something at one point. That big Ire gets his head onto bloody French Eddie, what they call him. I think it was off his shoulder, off his head. Davis nearly got to it. Nearly got to it, and it's in the net. And you're always dangerous when you score a goal, especially Rangers. We seem to concede goals instantly when we score a lot of time. But to be honest, I didn't feel in any danger at one each at all. I honestly thought I'll kick Rangers up the arse and we'll go and score again. And obviously that's what happened.
I think what helped me with that, mate, and I 100% agree, mate. I didn't at one point think, oh God, here we go. I thought Ryan Kent's up for this, Alfredo Morelos was up for it, Kamar Roofe was blatantly up for it. Steve Davis was doing his thing in the middle of the park as he does, and I was in really no fear that Celtic were actually going to be able to make a game of it. We gifted them that goal, mate, and I just, you were just like, right, that was stupid. Let's kind of go again, and it takes us on to a goal I think we were all desperate to see, mate. A proper Alfredo Morelos goal, and for him to skin Scott Brown, mate, put it through his legs, gets himself into the box, and with his weaker foot, his left foot, hits the ball with some amount of power. Ayer turns away like a wee fairy instead of trying to get himself blocking in. But the keeper, Bain, again, probably should do better, but the kind of force it's been hit at, and Alfredo Morelos rubs salt into the wounds, mate, as you can see from his wee celebration. Buzzing for Alfredo.
Oh, you couldn't have scripted it. If you wanted to script Morelos scoring a goal, I don't even think you would have scripted it as good as that. But it was good play by Barisic down the wing, and he got it back on his, if it was his right foot, and he crossed it in, put out, came to Kamara, back to Morelos, and gets a wee bit of joy with through Brown's legs, but through his legs, and like you say, lashes it with his poor foot, and that big Iron man. I mean, he's the softest centre half you'll ever meet. He's a big shite bag, like you're saying. He ducks out the way of it, and Bain probably can't see it because it's going that quick, to be honest. If he should have stayed up and it might hit him in the face or something, but he shot it as always. And great goal by Buff, and the celebration with the salt and that. I mean, that's going around Twitter. It's brilliant. I'll be using it all summer, but his wee cheeky face as well. He's put that trophy they were holding on to Morelos, can he scored against them, to well to bed now. And Scott Brown, I hope he knows who was at the back post this time, because that's what he said last time when Morelos scored at back head.
Whoever it was.
Aye, you'll know exactly who it was this time. So, brilliant for Buff, and I thought we could go on and give them a right good fucking pumping here.
Yeah, I was delighted for Morelos, and you can see how much it means to him. Obviously, he kind of got the monkey off the back of not getting his old firm goal in previous games, but to do it like that, to score like that, to make it 2-1, just to beat Scott Brown as well, because who's trying to torture him as much as he possibly could, and he probably tried his hardest yesterday. And then the wee picture going round of Morelos doing like the tears in his face to Scott Brown, it's absolute class, mate, and you really couldn't have scripted it. And obviously we go in at half time 2-1, mate. At half time, mate, I'm feeling very, very good about the second half coming up. I was like, we'll give Rangers a wee chance to calm down, and I fully expected Rangers to control the game in the second half, maybe add another goal. But we'll move on to the next goal, which is Roofe's second goal. Again, mate, this is why Roofe plays. I actually seen a clip of Kamar Roofe scoring a goal very similar to this, but Leeds. Is something that he obviously does, and it's obviously something he's been worked on, but he does great work at the edge of the box. Manages to get the ball out to the left-hand side for Barisic. He continues his run into the middle. Barisic puts it right in the middle of his forehead. Kamar Roofe meets it flush on the head and makes it Rangers 3, Celtic 1. If I didn't love Alfredo Morelos as much as I do, mate, this would be my goal of the day. But I have to give it to Alfie for the fact that he humiliated Scott Brown. But this is a terrific goal, and it's again so intelligent from Kamar Roofe.
Yeah, like you say, I've seen him score similar goals to that, and for Leeds, that documentary I watched, I think it was in Amazon Prime or something about Leeds, and he was on that for quite a bit of it, but. No, to spin in the edge of the box, put out a Bonner, but not just to leave it at that point, to continue his run. And you always know Bonner, he's going to find somebody at one point. That big Diddy Ayer get drawn to Morelos at the front, and there's Kamar Roofe just ghosting behind. Great, and he's just behind him as well, and he just cushions it lovely past Bain, and brilliant goal. And he does that wee celebration with it. I don't know what it was, to be honest, but I liked it anyway. I've seen that going around with a song in the background. It's brilliant, and at 3-1 you're thinking Celtic's kind of dead on their feet as well, and I thought we could really go on if we wanted to, because I thought it's the start of the second half we had all the ball, they couldn't get out Celtic at all, but we were kind of not pissing about with it, but we weren't really motor and going for it. And when we got that third, I thought, no, they're here for the taking now, definitely.
Yeah, it could have been a cricket score. I was thinking exactly the same, mate. But again, even in this point in the second half as well, once we went 3-1 up, Brian Kent just started ripping the piss out of them, to be honest. Especially as we spoke about the wee turner skill that he does against Taylor down our right hand side. It's just unbelievable, man. It's unplayable. Something like that, and Kent knew exactly that I've got every single one of these in my back pocket, and none of these want to come anywhere near me. He tries to get the shirt ripped off him as well by Elanusi. Elanusi tries to pull him back, and he still can't even manage that. Just rips his shirt, which leads to a shot from Kent. It would have been good if Kent got a goal. I think his performance probably deserved a goal. Simpson, he had a wee bit of a torrid time, probably only once against Edward, and that was at this point, and that's probably Celtic's best chance of the game, to be second half anyway. Simpson kind of loses out in the kind of battle with him, and the ball kind of breaks to Edward, but his shot's pretty pathetic, and it goes wide for a corner. But I'll pause here, mate. So we were a wee bit worried about Simpson. The early booking obviously as well gave me a wee bit of fear, because I was like, oh, again, it's not his fault, it's not a booking, but he just gets booked, and you start to think, right, just play it cool, do you know what I mean? Don't do no rash challenges. Obviously Edward was going to stick to him as much as he could, and try and get one-on-one with him, but I think you've got to compare the kind of yellow that McGregor got, and then obviously the second yellow. Simpson wasn't in the game really after that, and I think that's the kind of utmost praise to him. I think he done well, and I think it'll do him a world of good, the fact that he's got 90 minutes under his belt in an Old Firm.
Yeah, I think a lot of Rangers fans had a bit of the fear when we seen him come in, and it's like we said in the previous show, it's not that fair to judge him. Well, we've seen him in wee bits and bobs. He started one game before that. He didn't look brilliant. He's just came to the club. He was 1st of February, I think he came in. But I thought he was decent. I wouldn't say he was brilliant. I thought he was steady enough. Like you say, he was nearly caught down there by that Edward. But yeah, no, he done his job. That's what he was there for. I mean, to be fair, he's got Goldson beside him. Goldson was just talking all the way through that game. Goldson's been outstanding this year, and he again outstanding yesterday again. So he's got in terms of a partner beside him, the ideal guy just talking through the game. And no, I thought he was good, Simpson. And like you say, he'll play away at Livingston on the carpet, and then the Sheep in the last game of the season. So it'll get him a couple of games. And no, I thought he was good for a guy that a lot of Rangers fans thought, oh no, this could be dodgy. I thought he was I thought he was pass marks yesterday. I thought he was a solid 6-7 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't think there was anybody under that. Being harsh on him would probably be, I would say he's probably the lowest ranked of the players, but again, it's probably to be expected as well. He's not played a lot, and he kind of gets thrown into this game, and no matter how much they like to tell you it's a nothing game, this game was all about Rangers not getting beat, in my opinion, but to humiliate Celtic like we did is brilliant. Ayer then has a bit of a mazy run, a rush of blood to the head as he kind of runs up the park and gets himself into the box, but shows the kind of quality that he is by putting it into Rosed. And then Barisic gets down. It looks quite, I don't know, he went down in pain. He was only passing the ball. I think we just need to hope that he's not out for the Euros. I think that would be a right shame for him. He probably deserves to go to the Euros. I say the rest of the season for us, there's only 2 games left. It doesn't really make a difference to us, to be honest. But as I say, I hope he's okay and he manages to get to the Euros. And then a moment that it's like written in the stars, this kind of stuff, mate. When he brought Defoe on initially, I thought, well, Gerard's ripping the piss here, really, by bringing on Defoe. I thought he's just absolutely taking it out. And I did say, I watched it, my pal Jamie, and I said, it's like, you know what, if he gets a chance, he'll score. But he didn't get the chance. He created the chance for himself. I've been told we're deluded, mate, and that we're not as good a team as we think we are. But with no disrespect to Defoe or his age, he comes off the bench, he outpaces Welsh, he turns him inside out and makes him look like Bambi on ice, mate, and then passes the ball into the net to make it 4-1. And you could see just what that meant for Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Like you say, I mean, the game, it was scripted perfectly for us. I mean, everything about the game, the Morelos, Defoe, probably last game he's going to play for Rangers in an Old Firm. I mean, it all came from the boy Sorrow, who I seen the other week was linked with Tottenham. I don't know where that's come from. That's another one of their things they do. Gives a ball away instantly. Need to give Hadji a wee bit of credit. Didn't even think about it. First touch and Defoe's away. And he turns that Welsh and said, that Welsh is pish, by the way. They've given him a 4-year contract and they're pinning their hopes on him as their next, whoever it is at the back, who used to be decent for them, but he's garbage. If that's them going forward with him, oh, brilliant. Fucking sign him up for even more than 4 years. But no, 38-year-old man turns him inside out and then just casually passes the ball in past Scott Bain. It was brilliant, and you could see from his reaction, the celebration, what it meant to him. He probably never thought. That was probably when he came up to Rangers. I think he said it. He wanted to score against them in the Old Firm. It's the biggest game in the world. He's played a couple of games, but he probably thought his chance had gone. And to come on with a few minutes left, really, whatever he was on the park, to do that and the way it happened, I was delighted for him. And if that's the way that Jermaine Defoe bows out at Rangers, what a way to go for him. And with a league title, winners medal as well, which he's never had that in his career either. So, no, I'm delighted for him.
Absolutely delighted for him, mate. And if that is the kind of last impact he has, then thank you, Jermaine. And you deserve it. And you deserve you deserve your league's medal as well. So obviously finishes 4-1, mate. An absolute dream day for us at Ibrox. I can say it's just so good that they have got nothing on us right now, and I think it just emphasises the amount of work that they actually now have to do. It's brilliant. It really is good, and it just to see that the kind of fruits of our labour, or the fruit of Gerrard's labour, is it's paid off now, mate. We are by far the best team in this country. 23 points clear, mate. 23 points clear, and no doubt they'll drop points again, mate, because they're defeated. That's a broken team right there. We have absolutely broke them. We broke their supporters. I was working this morning. I listened to Super Scoreboard as well, mate. And but poor Mr. Tate, if he's looking for a show to listen to, he can listen to us if he wants. It's absolutely brilliant. It's hard to pick one, mate. But who you going to pick for your man of the match yesterday?
If I could give it to the team, I'd give it to the team. Again, it was like a team performance. I don't know how many times we've said that this season rather than picking one individual player. I thought, giving credit to a couple of players in the park, I thought Tav looked back to the Tav we knew. Some of the balls he put in was brilliant. Steve Davis, when that McGregor gets sent off, just ran his show in the middle of the park. He's right up there for player of the season now. I had a guy in my mind, and he's a buzz hair off him, maybe above him now, and Kamar Roofe, which got a hard time, came back, 2 goals, but I'll have to give it to Ryan Kent. Just entertainment value. They're shit scared of him. They'll be in every one of their nightmares last night, Ryan Kent. He's unplayable when he's like that. He's brilliant. And you look what he's done this season. He's added numbers to his games and goals, assists, and the only thing he didn't get yesterday was a goal. He probably deserved a goal. There was one where Aribo took the ball off him at one point. I think he was going to shoot, which I think he was frustrated about. But everything else in the park was brilliant by Ryan Kent. And a lot of teams will be looking at him. And if they want Ryan Kent in the summer, they need to pay top dollar for him. I'm talking 25 million. Because he's outstanding, Ryan Kent. I really just hope he wants a crack at the Champions League. I think he is. I think he's bought into Rangers, like I've said before. But no, for me, Ryan Kent all day long.
I think it's hard to disagree with you, to be honest, mate. He's spectacular when he's like that, and you're right, entertainment value, the shitehousery of him, the willingness to rub it into him as much as he possibly can, and constantly go at them and constantly give them a torrid time. He was just outstanding. He was unplayable, and I will give it to Ryan Kent as well. But I mean, special mention to Morelos. I thought he was great. I thought Roofe was really good. This is a Kamar Roofe that we all want to see. Again, Davis strolling about the middle of the park like he was out for a Sunday walk. Backline was solid enough. Goldson was good. Tav looked decent. Barisic was good in spells. Kamara as well doing his job. Aribo as well showing flashes of absolute skill, especially the one down the left-hand side in the first half where he goes past about 4 of them. They're not even anywhere near him. The final ball drizzly doesn't come off for him at that point. But yeah, I'm hard pushed not to not to give it to and McGregor as well. I mean, for that save, he didn't have to do much else after that. But it has to be Ryan Kent. He just made Rangers tick yesterday, and he just put us on the front foot constantly. So yeah, I'll go with Ryan Kent. So that'll pretty much do us, mate. To be honest, I'm sorry to everybody. It's a day later than usual, but sometimes that's the way things are going to be, I suppose, when we want to enjoy our day. So Rangers are still on the unbeaten run, mate. We could finish the season on 102 points. To everybody listening, and to you, mate, I know you don't listen to them that much, but when they try and tell us that the Moonhowlers try and tell us that we're not a good team, and we're not as good as we think we are, and it's because Celtic are bad and Rangers are not that good, just tell them to look at the league table, mate. And I said it at the start, mate. Celtic have fallen off the edge of a cliff. Yeah, they have. But we've been spectacular. Rangers have been relentless, especially in the league. And I honestly think if Celtic were playing even anywhere near their best, I still think Rangers would have had too much for them this season. I think we've just been the better team by far. The Cups should have been better, but league tables don't lie, mate, and it tells you everything you need to know when you look at that table. 23 points clear, mate. 23.
Yeah, everything you say is correct there, and I said last week after the St Johnstone game, in terms of it was really disappointing for us because we honestly thought we'd kick on and win that cup. And I said we didn't need a lift, but if Rangers could go out and perform, we know how they can perform against Celtic and do what they did yesterday. It doesn't erase what happened in the cup, but it just lifts us, and it gives them nothing. If they'd won yesterday, it would have given them a slight bit of hope going into next season, or they've finally beaten us, but they've done nothing. They've not even laid a glove on us this season. They're going into next season having to rebuild a full team. We, probably have to sell maybe 2 players and maybe bring 3-4 players in, but we've got a team there ready to kick on for next season. And it's there. It's been built now by Gerrard. It's there. We can now go on and cement ourselves at the top of Scottish football for hopefully years to come. And next season, like we said, we'll add a trophy to that as well in terms of the League Cup and the Scottish Cup. It's can you see us now? They probably can't because we're that bloody far ahead, and it's brilliant. And I just can't wait for this. I just can't wait for the summer. I'm waiting for the 55 parties and the pubs and everything. It's going to be brilliant, and yeah, bring it on.
Bring it on, mate. Yeah. So that will do us for today. As I said, you're probably right, mate. We're probably far too far ahead for them to see us. It's brilliant. As I say, we couldn't really ask for any more in terms of the league this year, and now it's just on to the title party. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the videos, and also leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. It really does make a huge difference, and it really helps support us. So Ali, thank you very much for your time today, mate. I know we've got, I think it's next Wednesday or something we're playing in it. We've not got
Livingston, yeah.
So we'll come back with something. Yeah, we'll come back with something. Probably the weekend. We'll probably do something on the weekend, I'd imagine. But enjoy your week, lording it over every time that you speak to, mate.
Well, don't worry, I'll be giving it to them tight.
Cheers, mate.
I'll see you later. Cheers.
So Glasgow is blue. We are Club at 22, the Champions podcast. We will speak to you all next time. We are the people. Cheers.